What is going on, everybody? It's the Bearded Buffalo coming to you today with a brand new series for the channel. We are playing Motorsport Manager on the PC. I'm more than excited to get this going. I've been playing this game like crazy offline, just in my own career. I won't tell you how many hours I've put into it because I'm embarrassed at how much I've played it over the last 3 weeks or so. To start things off, I've got my Mercedes Formula 1 shirt on, my Petronas shirt. I actually got this shirt at the Petronas Towers in Malaysia on a trip that I took about a year and a half ago. But anyway, we're ready to get started. We're ready to set up the career. I don't need tutorials because, like I said, I've been playing this game like crazy. I'm doing long length races in my own career, but I think just to make it good for the channel, we'll go to medium. Short would of course make it faster and allow us to move through faster, but I think that changes some of the strategy and things you're able to do from what I've been able to read about the game in some comments sections and feedback. I live in the USA, so I'm going to use American dollars and that date format. We'll leave the autosave on, so let's get going. Bearded Buffalo. I'm actually going to put my real birthday in there. Birth date. Date of birth. So you guys now will know how old I am, and I'm about to turn 30. Like I said, I live in the USA. So I will, oops, can I click that? There we go. Into the United States. So now we get a little backstory. So we have ex-driver. So as a respected former driver, your very presence gives drivers a boost to their improvement rates as you speak the same language. It also helps with their feedback, which helps you to find the best setup. So driver feedback rating is automatically +3, and the driver stat improvement rate is increased if ex-engineer. So with a background in engineering, you can help trim down the time it takes to design new parts for the car. It takes around 8 days on average. Part-time design, -1 day. And then financially, your financial knowledge will help you make the best deals on every purchase you make. Payments -5%. That's interesting because like 5% of 1.5 million is a pretty nice chunk of change, like 75,000. I hope I did that math right. But I think I'm going to go with X rating. I really like finding rookie drivers and allowing them to kind of progress as a part of my team. So if I can improve their improvement stat, that'll make things better. And I like getting the good feedback, so we'll go with that. Skin tone looks good. We'll get my hairstyle that I have right now, although I have a hat on so you can't see that. Hair color looks pretty good, and the Bearded Buffalo's got one heck of a beard. I'm not able to make the hair and the beard different colors, otherwise I do that because my hair is brown, but my beard is, as you can see, a bit red. And I don't have glasses, so we're ready to roll here with the Bearded Buffalo. Creating a team sounds like something that'd be really, really fun, but I know it takes a long time. For instance, I picked a low team in GP3 in my current career, and it's 2024, I think, and I am just reaching the end of the 2024 season, and that's going to be my first time winning GP3, so I'm going to get to move up to GP2, or in this case, the European Racing Series to the Asian Pacific Series. So we'll choose a team here that is currently in the European Racing Series so we can move our way up. And now is our time to pick our series. So I am ZRT Autosport in my current career, mainly because they're from the United States. I wanted to have an American team if at all possible, but like I said, it's taken me 7-8 years to win the championship, which would be a long time on our YouTube channel. So we're probably going to go higher up here in the rankings, I guess you could say. All right, well, I obviously know the teams that are in this GP3 to start off with because I've done this before, so I was pretty sure I was doing Firebird MRT, which I wore the correct colored t-shirt for that. So they survive on a feast or famine mentality. They take big risks to stay at the top and suffer the consequences later. To stay afloat, they'll have to keep finishing second and above to win their sponsor bonuses. That's a challenge in and of itself, but we get a $2.5 million budget. We're expected to finish third, and there is high pressure here, but the car looks to be in the top three. Drivers are low, factory is low, staff is medium, and the money is not that great at $2.5 million. There are other teams with higher budgets, but I think we're going to be able to survive here. New team principal will take us across. So Firebird MRT is where we will be going to start our career in Motorsport Manager. And would you look at that? Our job security to start things off is uneasy right away. How unfortunate. So first thing we want to do is, of course, just take a look at the lay of the land. So we have Sabato and Gerard as our drivers. So let's take a peek at our drivers real quick. So Sabato, do we have equal status? Oh, number 1 and number 2. So we have a 1 and 2 driver. Sabato 2 and a little, and Jean-Pierre Gerard is 2 and a little with Christian West as our reserve driver. I would like to do some scouting right away because I'm not really happy with any of these guys. So what we want to do is look at some young drivers that aren't actually as a part of a team yet. So we've got a little bit of an advantage because I know some of these names. Like I think I know about Laura, and I think I know about Falco. I think that they're both good drivers, and then we're just going to go by age. Like I said, I like having young drivers with high potential on my team. So now it's going to be, I think we'll go with Webb because he's 18, and then I think I can put some guys in a queue next, but I am not entirely sure if I can. Yep, I can put guys in the queue, so we won't have these guys scouted before the first race. You can see the Russian Grand Prix at the Black Sea is in 16 days time. Let's check our mail. Margarita, I'm not even going to try to say her last name. She says, welcome to Firebird MRT. We're delighted that you've chosen to start your managerial career here with us. Hopefully there are some great times ahead. She's going to be my assistant, so she'll help me out quite a bit. Sabato is excited to be working with me. He grew up watching me racing, so this is just going to be being great. He just knows it, although he's actually the same age, which is comical, right? Because I put myself at a young age, which is weird, but maybe I should have just made the Bearded Buffalo older. I don't know. He says he gets along really well with Gerard, so hopefully I'll keep us all feeling like one big family. And he says he thinks we have a chance to win the title this year. Or he does. The Drivers' Championship. I don't care much about the drivers. I want the constructors. Again, same thing. He used to watch me on TV. He said they get on okay, but he's working his socks off to prove he's the better driver. Looks like we've got a chance to win some silverware this season. So let's see what we can do. Here's my designer. Again, same thing. You're a great driver. Design facility's pretty decent, but there's room for improvement. Car front, we could use work on our suspension, so it's lagging behind the competition. So that's nice for him to give us a tip on where we need to start improving the car. And who is this? Oh, this is my scout. So Andre is an average driver. He has a huge amount of potential. That's not quite true, but he does have some potential. And Jean-Pierre is a fairly decent driver, so maybe that means below average. I don't know. And good potential. And our target. So here we have to pick what our target is for the season. What I've learned is picking what you actually think can be a dangerous choice, because like in my current season, I picked to finish second in the Constructors' Championship. I had been first all the way up to where I am right now. Every race, I ended each race from first, but sometimes I was finishing third or fourth in a particular race in the points, but just maintaining it, and the happiness from my chairman was going down, and I was actually at risk of losing my job, even though I had us first in the Constructors' Championship. So he says he thinks we'll come in third, and I guess I'm going to go with, I agree with third, which obviously makes me nervous, but that is what we will do. We will pick third in the Constructors. We have some faith in ourselves a little bit here. Alright, so continuing to get the lay of the land, looks like our factory is going to need an upgrade. I would actually have preferred to have the factory at level 2 and the design center at level 1. The factory is going to take $8 million, so we'll have to wait around for that. And I think that is, oh, look at this. We have some other stuff. We have a staff center, which increases the fitness, focus, and staff statistics, or increases their improvement rate. And then we have a scouting facility, which allows us, I think, to scout faster and gives us sort of like this first tier of unscouted or unfound drivers, but that is it. So we've got a ways to go to improve our headquarters. Now we'll take a look at the car itself. So we just start off with going to fit parts, and our reliability is okay, not great. Rear wing and front wing are spec parts, so everyone has this performance of 150, and then the rest of the parts are able to be developed and improved. So as mentioned, suspension was our weakest part here right now, so we'll be looking at making some changes there. The last thing we need to check out before we really get moving is our staff. Kieran Belkas is our lead designer, 2 and a little stars, good on suspension, average on engine, gearbox, and brakes. I think we're gonna maybe look to move him as well, because it only costs $300,000 to move him. Tushar Patel, good on reliability, poor on performance. That's fine. So one of the main things here that we are looking for is now for Jordan Bordeaux to be good on performance, and he's an 11 on performance, so not terrible. Bad on concentration. I like this pit stop guru, which means refueling is 50% faster. There is refueling here in GP3. I've actually had him on my ZRT team, and he was great, and I like that he's got potential to move up to 4. So I actually, Tushar, we might think about removing just because it's, I don't know. Nah, he's fine. So what we want to look for is a new lead designer. Let's take a quick peek at what is out there. The start of the season, we're going to get 1 race in today. Most videos will have 2 races, but because we're kind of learning what is here at Firebird and kind of getting the lay of the land, as I said before, we'll only get 1 race in this first episode. But we want to look at designers and see who is out there, and this guy is who I would like to target, Mr. Wayne Bellows. The reason is because of his statistics up here, right? So he's got 14 engine, 12 gearbox, 10 brakes, and 18 suspension, but then terrible on front wing and rear wing. But in GP3, or what they call the European Racing Series, we don't care about the rear wing and the front wing because it's a spec part, so it doesn't matter at all if he is good at improving them or building them or designing them or not. So we're going to approach this designer, and he says he's interested, so we'll start the negotiation. Wages are important to him. What are we paying right now? $60,000 per race, so we will up that because this guy's a little bit better than Kieran. What's the max that I could give him? 131. So we'll offer him like 105, and we'll give him a long contract and a nice signing fee. Fine, it's a one-time expense. I'll pay him it, even though we don't have a lot of money right now. And then we will give him a bonus, 3rd or above. He says it's important to him. So maybe we'll say 2nd or above for $90,000, and we will submit that offer and hope that he accepts. So now it's finally, no, it's not. Now we need to get to improving the parts. So we'll go to improve parts, and we can only do 2 at a time. We can improve performance and reliability. Performance would be great to improve, but what we need to make sure of is that our performance or our reliability is as high as possible for this first race. And actually we're starting okay with 80s and only a few in the 60s, so we'll start it with the 60, and then we'll go to that engine piece as well, and we will leave the improve performance blank, so all 10 of our staff members can work on reliability. And we'll move forward a little bit, and I think we'll just wait till our contract proposal was made to Wayne, and it looks like Wayne has accepted our offer, which is outstanding. That is a rare occurrence. I maybe should have tried to lowball him a little bit more. Looks like Firebird is delighted to announce me as taking change, effective immediately. This is about maybe driver Ray Roberts retiring, and the fan reaction. Here we go. Loyal followers have flocked to social media to share their reactions. I'm gonna give Bearded Buffalo the benefit of the doubt. Could be a great appointment, said one of the more positive responses, and maybe not. One is Buffalo really good enough to manage our team? Asked another fan. Thoughts are now turning to the next race at the Black Sea, where Buffalo's mettle will be tested for the first time. And here is Wayne Bellows, says the contract is looking good. Let's get that thing signed. So I couldn't agree more, Wayne. Welcome to the team. Giving you quite a long contract. We pay $300,000 to Wayne Bellows, and this is going to cost about $1 million to make the change with the signing bonus and the cost to break that contract. But it is what it is. We're going to get some more mail here that just says, hey, welcome to the team, and a news report to just note that we signed him. Now we'll take a look at the car, and we'll see how we've done improving the parts. Up to 71 on the engine, up to 67 on the brakes. I think we'll remove that 71 engine because we still have a engine at 65. And you know what? I might design a quick new part here. So we'll go to suspension and we'll start designing suspension parts. So we can do medium speed plus 10 and a reliability plus 10. Medium speed plus 25. Risk level 1. So at the end of each race, the GMA, which is like the FIA, does an inspection of all the cars, or just red zone minus 10%. So we will go to medium speed and reliability. So improving our medium speed corners by just a little bit. I don't know if this is really the right choice because there's not a lot of medium speed corners where it says, you can see here, top speed, acceleration, high speed, where it says medium speed corners are crucial, but it is our weakest part. So that's where we're going to start. We'll advance forward a bit more. And what do we have here? An interview request. Congratulations on joining Firebird MRT. We will accept it for Motor Racing Magazine with 4 questions. So Firebird MRT are obviously one of the better teams in the championship, and expectations are sky high. Do you think you're up to the task? Of course, I'm here to win, and I expect to win. Plain and simple. Look, some people out there might question my credentials. They should judge me after we've had a few races, and this is a really big job for me, and I'll be treating it very seriously. I think I'm going to go with option A, some confidence, and that's going to improve my driver morale. Nice. Andre Sabato is seen by fans as your top driver. Do you agree with that, or would you say Jean-Pierre Girard is better? And I think I'm going to say I'm lucky enough to have inherited 2 great drivers and can't wait to see them race. Improving morale for both of them again. He wrote that we're expected to finish 3rd in the team's championship, or the constructors. Is that accurate, or do you think I can do any better? And I think I'm going to say prediction seems fair, but I'm hoping that we're going to surprise you. And we all remember your times as a fan favorite racer a few years back. Will you be able to transfer your skills to the management game? In racing, pressure comes at 200 miles an hour. This should be a cakewalk. I know the ins and outs of what a racing driver needs to make a great car, so I'm sure I'll be fine, or pretty different. I think I'm going to say I know the ins and outs of what a racing driver needs to make a great car. And again, nice, a morale improvement for my drivers. So we'll finish that interview and just quick check the car. The improvement rates, 65 and 67. And we're getting lots of emails. I probably won't show all emails that come in as we move forward, but early on I will. Report on Black Sea race, 30 laps and 40% chance of rain. Interesting. And this guy's asking for a telemetry center. I don't have the money. And meanwhile, new Firebird MRT boss Bearded Buffalo looking to impress the rest of the paddock. And he finished around 3rd place, who would be seen as a hugely impressive debut for the American team principal. And here we go. The chairman of Firebird MRT is concerned about the money that is leaving our coffers. So he's just saying keep an eye on it. And I'll say got it. And again, back to the car. This suspension part is going to be ready soon. We are up into the mid 70s for reliability for both of these. So I think I will remove those, and here we go. We've got a gearbox at just 70%, so we'll move that in there, and the other engine's only at 71, or brakes at 70. We'll do brakes for a little while. and see what happens. Suspension has been designed. I won't be able to improve the reliability enough for this race, so I'm going to continue to improve the parts that I am going to use at this race. And now, before we head to the race, we have, interesting, only 4 sponsors. Our marketability is only 15.3%. We'll have to improve that. Sabato and Jean-Pierre Gerard need to step their games up. So 2 offers for slot 1, 14th or above for Big Doe, and they pay $150,000 for 4 races, or RusJet Airways, 16th or above for 10 races, and with a $1 million upfront payment, which is nice. I'd like to see what the targets are for our one offer here. Jandermole Media, 8th or above for $500,000. I think we'll take that one for our target races, and then we'll take this $1 million up front for 10 races. I will accept that. It's a long sponsorship, especially if we get improving our marketability. And here's fixed race payments. So Spanish, or no, excuse me, Sheik's Airways, Shears. I don't know what that is. 450 right now and 85,000 per race for fixed. That's tiny, but we will take the money where we can get it. It's only 4 races. So now we're back up to 2.1 million, which is lovely. So let's head to Russia for the Russian Grand Prix. Race 1 of, I believe, 10 in this first season of GP3. We will take this 8th or above for $500,000. It's basically guaranteed money rather than the 2nd or above here. We get a chance to fit parts, so now we get opportunities to mix up who is receiving which parts. These are absolutely equal, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to give the better parts to Andre, 187 and 184. 146, wonderful improvement, but the reliability is only 50%, so we won't be keeping that part. And so I think we are set where we are. Top speed and acceleration are crucial, so is high speed corners. So let's head to Russia. So we're going to be using Christian West as one of our practice drivers. His feedback is equal to Andre's, so we will use our reserve driver. I actually am waiting to get those scouting results back to maybe improve and replace our reserve driver. So this is where we kind of pick our setup and we run some practice laps. Acceleration, high speed corners, and top speed are crucial. Generally what I'm going to do in these videos is kind of show you where I start, and then I'll kind of cut the middle part of practice out and come back and give you an update on how things ended in practice. So actually, without further ado, I will I'll update you all at the end of practice. We'll see you in a second. Alright, so we are on our last laps. You see we are 1-2 here in the timing in the practice, but that's only because during practice, to get as many laps in as I can, I put them both on overtake and attack. So this will be the end. We are going to miss out on the knowledge bonus of super soft tires level 3 and race trim level 3, but we do finish on the top in the practice session. We worked on super soft tires and super soft tires only. Let's see how we did as we move into the race for the first Grand Prix of the season in the European Racing Series. We can just jump right through this. Everyone's impressed by what we have done today in practice, but now it is time to get ourselves set up for the race. We'll take a look at the setups here as soon as the screen brings us there, and we need to add our knowledge. So we get light-footed on soft tires and an extra engine mode, super overtake, allowing even more power at the cost of higher fuel burn and condition loss rate. I am very interested in using this, but not until our reliability of the engine is up to, and as many parts as possible, up to 100% as far as reliability goes. So we're just going to go race trim and super soft tires for Andre or Sabato, I should say, and for Gerard. I'm actually thinking of using race trim and this pit stop guru. It's hard for me to tell. 10% performance increase, like how many seconds does that gain me a race versus pit stop guru? Say I have at a minimum 2 pit stops, because in this European racing series you are forced to have at least 2 pit stops. Just fuel wise, you can't stretch the fuel more to be able to just do a one-stop strategy. So 2 pit stops. If I'm putting 10 laps of fuel in, it generally takes about 8 to 10 seconds. So that's 4 to 5 seconds saved total in the race. So we'll use that. Car setup, how do we do? Oh boy. So Sabato has excellent, excellent, and great. I'm really happy with that. But Jean-Pierre, not so great. So let's set up Jean-Pierre first. We're still at 96%. I just went the wrong way with my last adjustment in the downforce, so we need to bring the downforce a bit lower, actually, to maybe get a 3rd excellent, or close to a 3rd excellent. So I think I'm going to be happy with that. It's a 30-lap race. Our tires can go 10 to 12, our super softs, versus our softs go 14 to 16. Gerard will be starting 10th on the grid. Right now we'll leave him at super soft. I want to see where Sabato's starting. And 12 laps of fuel can fit in the tank. Where does Sabato start? 18th. Perfect. I'm happy. 98% as far as the optimum balance goes for the setup. He can go 8 to 10 only. Sabato, not a very smooth driver, it appears. So he may be actually using the soft tires for a couple of stints. But we'll start out on the softs. And we will start with 12 laps of fuel. Actually, that doesn't. Yeah, we'll start with 12 laps of fuel because we'll attack a bit in this first stint. So we start our season off. We always start the races with attack and overtake with both to try to make some passes as lights go out. I guess I should have mentioned here in GP3 also no qualifying. So first race of the season, it goes by alphabetical order. Lower you are in the alphabet, the farther to the front you start. But after the first race, it is the reverse order of the drivers' championship standing. So if you're leading the championship, you're starting last on the grid. So we will be starting, as I mentioned earlier, 10th and 18th. Here we go to 5 red lights at the Russian Grand Prix here at the Black Sea. I believe it is Firebird MRT's home Grand Prix. So what we need right now is a good result. And Gerard moving his way up into 9th, back into 10th. Sabato into 17th, up to 15th. And Gerard making moves up into 9th. Just no accidents. And we had a little freeze up there. Sorry, I mentioned my PC is working hard to be able to record this and play this game and record me and record my voice. Gerard, get in there, up into 8th place. And Sabato up into 13th. Beautiful move. And we need to be very careful with tire wear here. Neither of my drivers are very good at conserving tires or fuel. I would like to see Gerard go 8 to 10 laps, but I'm going to let him keep pushing up into 3rd place. Moves from Jean-Pierre Gerard. Sabato up into 11th place. Can you get into 2nd place? Make a move on the outside, Gerard. Abuse those tires, abuse that fuel, get past Sergio Valdez and ZRT Autosport. Sabato, we're going to go on to medium and neutral. His tire temps are looking good. We'd like him to make these medium tires, soft tires last as long as possible. Sergio Arbeloa has crashed. And a safety car is out. We will not pit, we will ignore. I'm going to pause it and we will both go to the low fuel mix and conserve our tires as much as possible as the safety car comes out. And the safety car is heading to the garage. We'll be pulling away from the field here right Now we wait, conserve as much fuel and tires as we can, and we will go back to overtake and attack as the field is back to being bunched up. So we are susceptible to passing, but also set up to make a pass ourselves. Gerard, get around him, and Gerard takes the lead. Gerard, I don't know how to say his name, but he is in first place right now on the track, and Sabato maintaining in 8th. Again, I really want to be careful with how I'm abusing Sabato's tires. But Gerard has opened up a 3-second lead nearly on second place. Ja, who I think is racing for Garuda Motorsport, who, if you remember, was sort of ranked at the top as far as team strength, but still opening up a gap. I am sure that Ja is conserving tires while we are abusing ours. Sabato, I'm just waiting for his tire temps to come up, but I will go to high and push for him as Sabato has moved up into 4th. I did not notice that. I'm going to do the same thing over here. We will go to high and neutral, actually. And let's take a look at Sabato, who is into 4th place on the track with Sergio Valdez in front. And, oh, Sabato locked up his tires. That took a lot of his tire wear away. We need to go to neutral. We needed to make these tires last at least to 10 laps. So into 5th, but on a longer stint than most cars in front of him behind this John Stoutier. But still 4 laps of fuel left, here with 41%, and Gerard doing a bang-up job conserving tire wear, 39% to 40%. So these tires are supposed to go 2 extra laps at a minimum, and Gerard is doing a great job. Has opened up nearly a 4-second lead. Ja is closing in a little bit while we are using the same fuel and tire strategy. But if Gerard can make these go nearly 10 laps, we might be able to just go super soft for Gerard. So for the in-lap, we push and attack. I say push like the Ferrari engineers. I just hear them push now, push now. We will go back onto these super softs. We'll fill the car up with fuel, and you'll a 9-second pit stop. Balanced or fast. Fast would be nice, but we're going to stick with balanced because this 34% chance of someone making a mistake oftentimes feels more like 57% or 100%. So we'll stick with balanced. So 9-second pit stop instead of 7. And Gerard will be coming in this lap, possibly going to lose time. Ja into the pits, so we will be doing an overcut. Ja doing an undercut, trying to make up time on the fresh tires, but hopefully in too much traffic to make up time. And Sabato still in 4th. Tires are not looking good, but we need Sabato to be able to make these tires and fuel last for one more lap, which is asking a lot at 20%. And Gerard is going to come out of the pit and in 4th. Hold on. Way ahead of Ja. 6 seconds ahead of Ja. What a great first stint from Gerard and Firebird MRT at our home Grand Prix, the Russian Grand Prix. Sabato, 18% tires, 1.13 fuel. We can go up to high for the in-lap. And I think it might be the smart move to just go back on the soft tires for Sabato, which means I'm messed up the knowledge boosts that I gave my drivers, because he's at 10% super soft performance increase. Reliability is looking okay, not great. We're going to have to protect our engine a little bit. 14-second pit stop, so you'll notice Gerard has that pit stop refueling guru, and his pit stop was only 9 seconds versus 14. So there you have it. There's already 5 seconds saved, which is likely what attributed to the 6-second a gap that we have on Jaw for Gerard. That's the top 3 pit, and Gerard will retake the lead. And Jaw back into second with 7.6, but pitted 1 lap earlier, so tires are 1 lap worse. So we are going to go to high and neutral. The tire temps are extremely high for Gerard. We want to keep an eye on that. The hotter they get, the faster they wear out, and the more degradation that we're going to see. Let's check Sabato. He is only, he's 1 second here behind Chu and Valdez and John Sedador. There is a grouping of cars here. You could throw a blanket on these cars. I can't believe that we might get a freaking race win on our first race. Sabato has moved up into 6th place as I looked away. 4 second gap now to this John Stotier. I don't know how to say the name, okay? Still a second gap, but as we are conserving our tires here, Jaw is closing up a little bit, now falling back, maybe dealing with some lap traffic. I actually want to take a look. Why are you falling back? Oh, because lo and behold, tire wear down to 22%, and Jaw is moving at a snail's pace right now versus Gerard, who's conserving tires. Driving a very smart race so far. If we can get to lap 20, I will go back on the super softs. If we cannot get back to lap 20, we will be going on to the softs for that final stint. I was thinking I might be able to make it to lap 21, but I will not. So we are going to push and overtake, and Gerard will come in this lap for another set of super soft tires. I think that's the right move. Although we only went 9 laps here, we will be forced to go 10 laps. But our main competitor, Jaw, has already put in 2 laps on his new set of super soft tires. And we have this fueling perk, which is beautiful. I am concerned about our part conditions, so we will not be pushing the car hard until the last couple of laps. I will not be pushing on our out lap. But we'll push on the in lap because we are down to 21% on tire wear. And there's been an incident. John Steedador given a drive-through penalty for causing a collision. I'm not sure who she connected with, but she was driving in 3rd. So Sabato now in 3rd place. Gerard is down into 2nd. We're going to go to medium and neutral, and down into 2nd with Sabato in 3rd place. And Sabato putting in a superb 2nd stint. I'm going to push and overtake, coming in now on lap 21. Just kidding. I'm going to cancel and pause. Now the question is, Sabato can only manage 8 to 10 laps on those super softs, and he's going to have 9 laps remaining, right? I think we're going to have to go back on the soft tires just to ensure that Sabato is able to make it to the finish, which means I really messed up his knowledge boost at the beginning. But 9 laps remaining. Like I said, I am concerned about part conditions here. I'm going to risk it for a chance at a double podium with that drive-through penalty that was given to John Stotier. I wish that name was easier to say since I've had to say it 15 times this race. We'll go with a balanced pit stop, 11 seconds, coming out in 12th, but I'm sure there are a lot of cars heading to the pits on this lap. And Gerard is cutting into Beauchamp like crazy. It was 10 seconds, 5-4. Beauchamp with no tire wear left on the tires, and Gerard just flies by as Beauchamp's not even in the pits. Sabato's going to rejoin the Grand Prix in 2nd place. And are you kidding me? I'm sorry, Sabato rejoined in 3rd, but Beauchamp obviously is going to need to come back into the pits. We just passed Beauchamp. Beauchamp is in the pits, and who is going to be the closest driver? Mello and I can't even tell you what's happening. All I know is we might have a top step lockout. Not 2 drivers on the podium, but a 1-2 to finish the Russian Grand Prix. I am fast forwarding because there is not much for me to do at the moment besides sit back and watch my 2 drivers complete a masterful performance at the Russian Grand Prix, showing out for the chairman and the rest of the sponsors who are surely in Russia visiting our headquarters and coming to the Grand Prix. Oh boy, and strange noises from Sabato's engine. This is what I was concerned about. 5 laps to go, 18%. We need to keep a very close eye on that engine. Condition of the engine still at 18%, so Sabato is nursing the car right now. And the engine's down to 13%. That can drop to 5 in a heartbeat. I'm in the strategy now. We are going to ignore, because the gap to third is now 18 seconds. We will continually be checking the condition of these parts. If this goes below 10, we may have to just move on and pit. On the final lap, we will slow it down a bit in this first sector. Gerard in first place with a 45-second lead on second place teammate Andre Sabato in the first Grand Prix and the first episode of Motorsport Manager on PC for the Bearded Buffalo. Takes control of Firebird MRT and makes the crucial decisions to get his number 2 driver, Jean-Pierre Gerard, to get in there. First place, top step on the podium. Ken Sabato nursed the car home with about 2/3 of a lap to go. Only an 8-second gap now as he continues to nurse. Andre Sabato, can you do it? Do not retire. Please do not retire. Can the parts last? Can they last? Yes, they can, and that is a 1-2 for Firebird MRT and the Bearded Buffalo, former standout racing driver in his first race as team principal, gets it done, and Jean-Pierre Gerard puts in a masterful performance. 3 super soft tires, perfect stints, first and second place for Firebird MRT, and that is a statement race right there. That is letting the rest of GP3 know that we came here to race and we want to move on to GP2 this year. Let us move on. We have no chance of breaking a rule, but GMA is doing their scrutineering. We are set. And there it is, and 2 extra points. Wow, and for the fastest lap of the race goes to Jean-Pierre Gerard. And the point system in GP3 right now is crazy. I forgot that this is how it starts out. Everybody gets points. But here it is. Firebird MRT going 1-2, and let's take a look. How beautiful is that with the teal first and second lockout, and team principal Bearded Buffalo wins the Constructors' Trophy for the Russian Grand Prix at Black Sea. Here's the Drivers' Championship standings, of course, the same as the race. We're only 1 round in, but the Constructor Teams Championship standings is where it is at. Vexala, who I think finished like 4th and 5th or 5th and 6th with a 12-point gap. So the only other 2 drivers that had consistent results. Firebird MRT came here to party. Anybody mention anything? Winning Firebird MRT boss Bearded Buffalo collected the team's trophy and looked delighted as he downed the champagne in the podium celebration and trophy presentation. And here we go. We get to see some morale changes. We get to see some improvements in our drivers, which could become what's the opposite of improvements? Seriously. some just decreasing stats if a driver is old. But there we go. We've got relationship with the mechanic 100%, and here's 76%. And Christian West's likely not going to be with the team for too much longer. And Bill Page was expecting third. We took first. His happiness is now up to 64%. And a first place and second place finish for team marketability only increases us by 0.67% for team marketability. So we'll have to continue to work on that. We need our two drivers to be more marketable. And that just happens throughout the season, and you'll see that as we move along. We will continue to see that we earned just shy of $1 million for this race after paying out bonuses for finishing positions. And here's just some results from the other race series, which as of right now I care nothing about. And the European Racing Series fastest lap, and a 1-2 for Firebird. I am going to leave this episode here. We joined Firebird. We finished our first race of the season in unbelievable fashion. That's how I wanted to start this series out, with a 1-2 for Gerard and Sabato. The way I'd like this series to work is we'll be ending some episodes where I've asked a question for what we should do with a driver, or what part we should improve, or how to go about things with a decision to make. And in the comments section, you guys can let me know, and you can sort of be my board of directors. I kind of got that idea from Arama, who is a just Formula One YouTuber, outstanding. He did a Motorsport Manager series, and it is top line. I absolutely love it. I'm a little over halfway through enjoying his series myself. If you like this series and you are excited to see what we can do, please hit the like button, smash the like button, or leave me a comment down below if there's anything that you think we should be doing. I can't wait to get these results back for our drivers that we are scouting. We could see some changes coming to our driver lineup in the very near future. In this series, we will be just listening to the game audio and me talking. Otherwise, I'm just concerned there's going to be too much noise going on. So my usual outro of talking about DJ Transcend doesn't quite fit here. But anyway, go check out some of his music. That guy's awesome. Otherwise, as always, thank you all for hanging out with me, and I will catch you all in the next one.